Hey everybody, John's here, and I'm going to do another video, and this video's on glam metal from the mid-80s, or people call it hair metal. It kind of borderlines, not all these are like pure glam metal, but they borderline on like US metal or just plain old American heavy metal from the mid-80s. And I did like a hair metal, glam metal video back. I rewatched it to make sure I didn't do any duplicates. I think VC number 14, I did some not totally obscure bands, but not all the major label bands. I did one, and I'm going to continue that. Not that it's a series, but I'm going to continue that kind of genre and show those records. I just want to do a couple of shout-outs. I got my Gigantor, the Dickies shirt on because Vinyl Richie showed like 2 great videos of all his like 45, not all, but a bunch of punk 45s and other sorts of music. And I enjoyed those 45s, and of course I enjoy the Dickies and the song Gigantor. And then Steve, the Headbanging Zulu, I watched your live stream the other night, and we were chatting. There was guys chatting, but Steve couldn't get any chat, so he's sitting there. It was hysterical. He's like, nobody's there, like, please chat with me, please. But I enjoyed the video, and we had a lot of fun. There was a few of us chatting, you just couldn't see it, so something's wrong on your end. And he showed like all his Rolling Stones records, so I got a Rolling Stones poster up there from, I think this is a repro from 1974, but it was a 69 show. So I'll do that in honor of Steve. And then I promised Blackmore Rules I'd show my Flying V, so I dug it out of mothballs. It was up in the closet. And I have a, not to show off guitars, because not that. This I got for free, and I think it's a low-end Gibson, because it's got no finish. But he wanted to see the Flying V, and there it is. And this has not been played in years. I think the strings on it, and you can't even, you got to hold the Flying V different. There you go. And so that's the Flying V. I did play it because I could see some buckle rash on it, but I'm not a heavy metal player. I'm not a very good guitar player, but that was that. And I think that's it. We're going to get on with the records. And the first band I'm going to show, this is going to be loud, is Antics. And they're from 1984, Tahunga, California. And it's a 5-song, a little bit, you know, I'd say this would be glam metal or pop metal, but 84, and there they are. And they had this was distributed by Enigma Records on McDon Records, so they never went anywhere, but I think they were good enough to be a contender. Besides, like, if they had a record label, didn't have this terrible logo, and maybe a little mainstream push, they could have been like the other hair metal bands and had a chance. Funny cover with the chicks all looking at them, and then they go away with like the roadie guy and leave them all standing. But this record was produced by Don Dokken. It's got the inner. It's pretty cool. The inner's in this plastic. I don't know if someone did that. That's the way it came. But and you can see Don Dokken behind the knobs there. But it's very, very competent record, hooky enough, and I'm not a big glam metal or you know, pop metal, whatever you want to call it, fan. But I think I've grown a little more tolerant in my old age, and I could dig this. And when they're short, like 5 songs, I especially like it. And the good thing about hair metal albums, or what do you want to call them, glam metal, is I like the thank yous. And if they thank like their beauty salon or a pizza place or someone for doing the hair or makeup, I always add a point to a record. And this one does have the hair and makeup done by Yvette Rosa. So I'm pretty cool that they thanked the person who did their hair. And I don't know if they thank a pizza place on here. They always thank Guitar Centers, the Troubadour, But that's this record, California band, and this I said was 84. You know, it's probably pretty available. You know, worth a couple bucks. And I don't know how to do this because I want to needle drop all these. Next band I'll show is Action, A-X-T-I-O-N. Look out for the night. And there's the guys that stalk us through the streets of Pittsburgh. This is a Pittsburgh band or surrounding areas. And this is 1985. And this is just on, it's on an Enigma label. So that's not too obscuro. But we'll put this band on. This is like, I'd say, a little bit glam metal, but they're early enough metal. I think the record's 85, but the songs are recorded in 84, but the songs were copyrighted 83, 84. So it takes a while for local bands sometimes to get a piece of vinyl together. So sometimes their style is a little outdated because metal was moving fast by the time they got this out. But I'd say this is a good example. It almost leans more towards U.S. metal, or it's straight up heavy metal. In the early days of heavy metal, where you had little aspects of glam and heaviness, and like figure the first two Crew records as like they didn't know where they were. They had like Kiss, they had makeup, they had like crosses and pentagrams and studs and leather, and makeup. But this is a good record, and some of the songs are heavy and some are more of the poppy metal. And there's what they look like. So it might not be considered too glammy for some people, but good U.S. metal. And let's see. Oh, this has good thank yous, if I remember. They thank the band makeup and hairstyling was Lisa Halkovitz and Celeste Garofalo. So that's cool. And this has some good thank yous because they thank a bunch of people, but they thank Gumby. So I think that's all right if you thank Gumby. Big fan. And then the funniest thank yous is they thank Ratner, Damone, Spicoli, and Mr. Hand. It's got that metal riff in there. And what's cool about these is the guitar player, the lead guitar player, you can hear all his soloings based off Ace Frehley. Like these kids grew up with Kiss Alive 2. So it's kind of funny. But really cool. There's the other side. But I definitely recommend this good fun record. It's a full length with like 9 songs. This one's called Spread the Action, A-X-T-I-O-N. Real Midwest, Pennsylvania metal, you can hear it. Okay, the next one I'll show is kind of I want to get to the chorus. And they do have some heavier songs. Alright, you can figure that. And this is on the IRD label. And the next one is an Abomination. This is not a good record at all. And it's Diamond Rex, Land of the Damned, but it's amusing enough to be worth getting. And I'll put it on. It's got a terrible, terrible singer. And what is it? Side down, side up. And it's on Island Records. So they actually got signed to a decent label. I think they're from Chicago area or Illinois. And They got the whole heavy metal boutique look. They look like they should be from one of those hit parade of magazines selling like metal paraphernalia. But there's the singer, goes by the name Nasty Habits. And he seems too old, like he's probably in his 30s. And they're going for like a Wasp Crew, Wrathchild UK kind of thing. But his voice is terrible, over the top. I mean, it almost sounds like Venom right now. Just listen to it again, but it's not. No inner sleeve. Island wasn't very good at putting inner sleeves on a lot of things. He can't sing at all. And he can't write very good. The songs are very basic. They'd be probably better. I mean, with a different singer, they probably could have wrote hooks on, because it's just basic, like heavy metal karaoke tracks. Like this could be a Rat song, and then you put the dumb vocalist on it. I can picture a hook and like nice vocals. He can't sing at all. He's got kind of like a little Iggy Pop. I don't know where we're going with this. But definitely, you can get amused out of this one. I'm not even going to get into it anymore. And this one doesn't have the inner, so there's no thank yous for hair and makeup. So I guess we deduct the star because of that. Next one I'll show is Dirty Deal. And this is an interesting band. It's a 4-song EP. And it's Dirty Deal, and it's produced by Kim Fowley. And he wrote this monologue you're going to hear in this song. It sounds like Kim Fowley talking even, but I mean, it's not. But this is from 85, and this is from California on Elektra Records. And Kim Fowley, the producer, is the guy who basically put together the Runaways. And Kim Fowley's got a long history in music, starting with the Hollywood Argyles, Alley-Oop, and going through the glam years, you know, the punk years. It's got a bit of a new wave thing. It's kind of funny enough because it's only 4 songs. But it came with a little note from the record store it was sold at. And I'll read the description because it's probably better than I'll give. 4-song mini LP, 1985, Elektra Records. Fairly nondescript LA hair metal band with a nearly new wave-ish sort of like blending Cheap Trick and Montrose. Tedious, mid-tempo, pop-oriented tunes prevent any heavy energy from bursting through, unfortunately. Cool cover, not one of Kim Fowley's better production jobs. To hell and back again. And there they are. They got the whole look. No inner sleeve, but they should thank. I don't know if they thank someone for doing the hair, but they thank Rocky's Pizza. So Pizza Place, you got to give it a star. Oh, I'm surprised they don't have makeup on here. But cool piece if you see this around. Not great. And I'm assuming they're California, because they'd be the addresses, but they could have been from somewhere else and went out there to work with Kim Fowley. And the next one I'll do is Alien. Oh, here's the label. Erica Records. Kind of cool label. But Alien. And this one will be like a crossover between US metal and glam metal. And this is 83 on Mongol Horde. And Mongol Horde is the one that did the other hair metal Takashi band, which was kind of US metal or hair metal. And then I think the Virgin Steel was on Mongol Horde. It was a Long Island, New York label. And let's see, we're going to listen to Cosmic Fantasy. I'll skip out of the intro. Sick of the intros. But it's only 5 songs. Actually 6 songs. One of them's this intro we're listening to. And they put Cosmic Fantasy, which must have been the one they were promoting, first song after the intro and then last song. And it's the same version. So I've never seen that. So they really had 4 songs and they put out this record. But there they are. An interesting band. This is Frank Starr. He went on to sing with the Four Horsemen, which is like a late 80s, early 90s New York biker rock metal band. And I think he's dead, or he got in a bad accident. He's brain dead. And Damien the Beast Bardot was in jail in Florida for murder, I believe, during a robbery years later. But geez, long intro. But pretty good, pretty good. Definitely a period piece, 1983, New York metal. Real Ace Frehley licks again on this. Figure all these guys grew up with Kiss and early Twisted Sister in the clubs. They thank clothing and leather work from Leonore and Jeff at Desert Silk Trappings. Oh, and there's a, I couldn't even tell, but that's a chick drummer. Goes by the name of Roxanne Harlow. Whatever. But they all have like weird names. I can't count the Italians because they have fake names, but I guarantee you Frank Starr is Italian because Frank is an Italian first name in New York and the East Coast. But they do a duet with the drummer and the singer, and it's actually a good, kind of catchy pop song, and it's really good. And then after this, they'll go back to that Cosmic Fantasy song again. But this is a decent record because it's short enough, and it's cool enough cover. I like duets. I mean, this is not my style of music, but she's a better singer than the guy. That's just gonna be 20 minutes. Jeez. The rest of the album's way heavier than this, but I'm enjoying this. You know, kind of got that Journey thing going. But the good thing about all these records I show is none of them are on a major label, and none of them have that 80s production yet. They still sound like a step or two above, you know, demo quality, and they definitely sound private pressed, and you still get the grit of the Marshalls and the mistakes and stuff, and it makes them good. It makes them realer than like what like Dokken or even Rats and stuff had on their production. And the last record I'll show you is a fantastic record, which I didn't know about, slipped through the cracks. And it's this is now 88, so this is almost a different genre. But this is the Rock City Angels. And it's a double album called Young Man Blues from 88, and it has a total 88 feel. It reminds me of the Cult, Guns N' Roses, even the Danzig record. Beautiful gatefold. And they're kind of like the back cover, totally, and this is on Elektra. And this is totally the Guns N' Roses photo shoot, you know, hanging around. But I really like them. They have a much more rock and roll roots edge done by kind of like metal guys or like a metal type singer. And they're almost going where like the LA Guns and Guns N' Roses would dabble into that like roots rock, Stonesy rock and stuff. This band just dove right into the pool, and just basically it's almost like a rock and roll record. Especially this song, man. You got like a John Lee Hooker thing going, but metal style. And he's got a total heavy metal singer, kind of like Ian Astbury from the Cult, or Alice Cooper, and even Billy Idol. But this is a great tune. So you wouldn't throw this in with the Black Crowes, but it's like a dirty older brother of Cinderella or something. But anyway, they were from, I think, Fort Lauderdale, and they moved to LA. And I think Johnny Depp was in this band in the 80s, before he was like a famous movie star, but I'm not sure on that. I don't know this band. I've had this record for years. It took a while to discover it, but I really like this record. It's got like being a double album, it's got like an Exile on Main Street feel. Like I think they were going for like Exile on Main Street type feel, and this song's really good. Most of the songs I think are like only 5s or 6s, but when you put them together as a record, I say this record's a 9 or a 10. It's just got a great mood. Like each individual song isn't great, but the album I think is just a good feel. It was at the a right style of music at the right time, not alternative, not grunge, and you know, I don't know, it's good. It reminds me of Guns N' Roses, except I don't feel like there's no like booze bottles. He does have an ashtray, and like I think this band was into substances and partying, but they don't like exploit it. Like here's the Jack Daniels and like the straws on the table kind of thing. Like they almost look more wholesome. And it's got a bit of a punk energy. I really like this record. It was recorded in Memphis, Tennessee. But it's 3 sides of music, and the 4th side is on 45 speed. It's 1 track that they redo, and they do kind of like a reggae version. It almost sounds like 80s Stones, or maybe like combat rock, Clash. But it's like I think the LA Guns and stuff would have, like, they were trying to go for this angle. It could almost be like a local rock and roll band, but it's just enough metal in the singing and stuff. Like a rootsy Hanoi Rocks. But it's got some good ballads. Well, not really ballads. I think they have like 2. They got one that's called South of the Border. And it's gonna have that, it gets in that like Wall of Voodoo almost sound. And they got the Mexican horns. But I think this record came out is a single release and a gatefold. I don't think it's expensive, but people know about it much. But don't get the single because side 3 is phenomenal. Great mood, this record. Like maybe like LA junkie punk, and they thank the Circle Jerks on here. So I thought that was pretty cool. Keith Morris and the Circle Jerks. This would be the softest track on the album. I'm gonna stop it when the horns come in, but I really recommend this record if you want something to vary your like straight up metal, glam metal, or if you like Cinderella, just take it a little bit further, or LA Guns and stuff. Yeah, I like this. All right, cheers. I hope maybe I turn some guys on to something.